In the metals quadrant, taking a look at the silver contract, the silver's futures contract is under pressure. It's down by almost 6% so far for the month of June. And obviously it's early, but silver is down the first 2 days of this week, working on a down week, and has already dropped below last week's low close. The low today in the September silver futures contract, 2077, was down 1.88%. The high 2135.5 was up 0.88%, or almost 0.9%. And on the close, we were pushing all throughout the day, and we closed very near to the low, right around 2078, down about 1.83%. Now, we're looking at data weakness here in the U.S. over the previous couple of sessions. Data in the U.S. is playing into the weakening inflation narrative. Today, we had really bad consumer confidence figures. The Richmond Fed figures were weak, and weaker data could potentially mean a decline in the demand side pressures and a decline in inflation without necessarily a recession. This is definitely the path that the Federal Reserve thinks is the most likely at this point. And if there's just weaker data, we could get a natural easing of inflation that could cause a soft landing, which would not be the best possible outcome for people who were long precious metals. Now, also, we had some dollar strength today, and the typical inverse relationship between the dollar and metals is playing out. Dollar's up about 60 basis points against the euro, about 65 basis points against the British pound, and about 60 basis points against the Japanese yen. So up 0.6 to 0.7% versus all three of those majors. So that strong dollar equivalent, a little bit higher on yields as well, especially in the 2-year, which was up 4 basis points on the yield side versus yesterday's close. But when you look over the last couple of days, the yield on the 2-year is up 11. The yield on the 5-year is up 12 basis points. The 10-year is up 11, and the 30-year is up 10 basis points. All of that isn't necessarily a bid for silver, but certainly part of the reason we see a strengthening dollar.